Good morning, guys. So, as you've seen from that short that I just released there, it's blown a hoolie outside. First, we had Storm Bert, and now we got Storm Connell. Uh, what comes after that, I have no idea. However, just now it's not fishable. It really is Coca-Cola seas, and big monstrous seas with amazing riptide under type currents. So even when you cast out like I did the other day, a 4 ounce lead grappler, within about 7 minutes, it's traveling a good, 80, 90, 100 yards and basically coming onto the beach all weeded up. So I thought I'd utilize the time today and share what's in my fishing tackle box. Most of which I buy is from Prime Angling in Worthing. Now, I'm not on a commission basis with Prime Angling, far from it. I'm just a normal punter that goes down. I go down quite a bit, so I know the guys in there. They're always good to me. I don't get any discount or anything like that. I'm not looking for that. I get a point system for everything I buy, I get so much off. So without further ado, I'll show you my buys. I'll show you what I've got in my box. Now, I am not a professional fisherman by any means, but unless you have the tools for the job, you can't do it. So, and I'll try and price things as I go along, and then it gives you an idea. That includes the light that I use at night, so I'm kind of hooked on night fishing. So let's check it out, see what you think, see how it compares to yours. Is there anything that I haven't got that I should have? I'm relying on my subscribers, on you guys, for information, knowledge, fishing marks, baits to use, you name it. I need help, I really do. I mean that in a good way. See you in a bit. So first up, guys, we've got this lantern. It costs $15.99, no, $14.99. I got this one, I'm afraid to say I got this one off of Amazon. It's got a clip on it. It's a normal flashlight, and when you put it on the beach, it's a lantern. You can actually plug it in and recharge this thing. And I was quite impressed by the light on it. So it's just a punch click. So that's the lantern itself. Yeah, like a normal flashlight. And then press it again. And I mean, that fairly lights up the beach, believe it or not. And as I say, I'm quite impressed with that. Hold on, I just adjust this, guys. And then when you press it again, it dims. And then a red light. Again, the red lights, that's just for night vision, so to speak, so you can actually see what you're doing if you're tying on a hook or what have you, and it doesn't affect your vision, so basically your eyes are accustomed to, get accustomed to the dark, whereas if it's a bright light, you'll kind of be dazzled. A flashing light, I wouldn't ever use that, but yeah, it is what it is. The battery life on this thing is 8 hours, and it's never let me down. And there's a little bit here, a little port here, that basically you just stick the USB on into, and it takes about, even to fully charge it, about 2 hours maybe. But it's quite robust, and it's not going to blow about. I mean, it's quite solid there, so it's not going to be falling over or what have you on the beach. The second thing I got here is what everybody's got, is the little headlamp, isn't it? Quite an effective tool here. So there you go, a strobe. So 3 settings, and then you've got the red again, just for your night vision, so as you don't basically blind yourself once you're used to it. And I always, when I have it on, I always put my hand in front just to make sure, so that you actually know that it's on, because you think it's off, but if it's that dim, it's not actually off, and you're blinding somebody next to you. But and I guess this comes in about 14 quid too. Again, this one is off at Amazon, just a cheap and cheerful one. By far, one of the best ones I've got is this one. So again, it's got a little hook here, for hanging it up. It's rechargeable again. You can see that the USB type cable goes in there and you plug it in. The on and off is here, so it's quite a bright light, really. Different settings, and then you've got the flashlight, of course, and then off you go. One of the best things about this is again, it lasts for about 9-10 hours, this thing. I've used it until it drained. Is that as well as being rechargeable, you can actually pull these out. It looks like a fan, but the light that this gives off is amazing. Now, it's only, you know, it's not like a spotlight. It's not going to, like, you know, project for like any more than maybe 10 or 12 feet. But if you're down on the beach and you're looking through your bait box or what have you, then there you go. So basically, without trying to blind you, there you go. That's what you've got. But it really is good. It's effective. Out of the two, though, I prefer the first one. Yeah, so there you go. And I can just use it as a normal flashlight. Pretty robust, plastic. Yeah, and I often, when I'm using it, what I do is I open it up like that, lay it on the beach like that, and so it's safe. But I have the other one, which is here, next to it. So yeah, it does me proud, to be honest. So I'm quite happy with that. But that's my lighting setup, and that's as far as it goes. A lot of people don't like bright lights, and obviously if you're fishing down a harbour or near ships, you don't want to be having bright lights on, you know. Anyway, let's move on to the little tackle type boxes, and I'll show you the ones that I got out of Prime Angling. Back in a bit. So the first one I've got, and I got it this morning, is this one here, and it's pretty much waterproof. It costs $13.99. It's kind of like a lunchbox, really, but with an added lid that won't blow away when you take it off. How many times have you taken the lid off your tackle box and it just blows away? You've lost it. End of the story, yeah? But this one is actually got this bit here. Can you see that? Yeah, so basically it's attached. So even though there is a strong wind, you know, it's not going anywhere, you know. It's attached by this grommet type piece of rubber here, which is a good thing. And I bought this because it's got big compartments, and I'm basically going to put my weights in there because that way I can get more stuff into my actual tackle bag, and that's the sole reason I bought that. But $13.99, Prime Angling, Worthing, give them a call, go on their website. If you're a member, like an affiliated member, then you will get points. What do points mean? Points mean prizes, don't they? So yeah, you'll get so much off after you get so many points. Then the next one from Prime Angling, and you've seen this on one of my other videos, it's the Tronix Pro. It's a bits box. It was $8.99. Again, I got that one from Matt, and it's got these luminous clips, so even at night, you know, you can actually see this. It kind of, well, it glows in the dark, doesn't it? And there's enough compartments there, and again, you can see the compartments. They've got the glow in the dark compartments there. And I've just got like swivels, beads, clips, all different size of clips, hooks, different weights. Goes from like almost, I say 4 ounce, 3 ounce to 1 ounce. Bullet weights, and it just keeps everything nice and compact and all in the one bit. Oh, I've got a little spinner here. I don't know what that's doing in there, guys, but yeah, a little mackerel job that I use in the summer. We'll go on to lures in a wee bit. So that's basically what I've got. Very simple, very basic. What more do you need? Right, back in a bit. Yeah, what else do I carry in my bag? So you guys will call these, would it be a degorger, you know, where you can actually go in down the fish's mouth, grab the hook and take it out, you know, the hook without trying to get your fingers down there or doing any damage to them. The fish itself, So I've had these, and I've had these for a long time. But basically, we would know them. So obviously, you know, I'm a nurse, and so we would call these artery forceps, or more commonly mosquito forceps. So basically, the way that they weren't brought out meant for fishing, they were actually meant for suturing. So basically, that's the needle that you're going to be using as suture. It's got a locking device here, so that's your needle, and then you can just suture, unclip it once you're through, pull the needle through, and off you go again without using any traction because it's locked. Yeah, not that you needed to know that, obviously, but good tool. There you go, and you get them at prime angling again. Then I've got this amazing knife. I've had it for some time now. If I don't have this, if I've forgotten this for some reason, I always carry this in my box. Hook, line and sinker. It's just a little knife. Pliers. So again, I would use this, and I have used it on numerous occasions just to get down in there and get the hook, degorge it, and off you go. The added value with this one is it's small, compact, made of stainless steel. Yep. And it has got other implements on it. If you're down there in the summer having a bottle of beer, there you go, that'll take it. That'll take your cap off. And then it has knives and what have you on it, you know, blades on it, small blades, less than 5 inches, so the local law aren't going to give you any problems. But a handy bit of kit again, yeah. And of course I forgot to bring this in, the lighting. This is two batteries in this one, this little torch, and I use one of these at work too. You know, it just clips in, you know, like a pen on your breast pocket there, and simple on and off switch. And the batteries here last for ages. I can't remember the size of the batteries, so I'll just show you them. They're the very small ones, and again, you can get that off the internet easily enough. But that's really handy, and it's got me all sort of situations in the past at bright light, as long as you manage and remember to switch it off. Anyway, back in a bit. Let's go on next to weights and bells. So the bells, I don't know, I'd be lost without these. I'm sure we've all got these in our fishing tackle box, yeah. These have seen better days. Look at the state of that. I went down to prime angling there when I went down and done that beach video just about 15 minutes ago, and they're totally out of them again, because people, what they do is they strike into the fish, the bell's rattling away, you've got a fish on, you strike it, you're bringing it in, you're reeling it in, you take the fish off, you forget about the bell because you're so enthralled by what you're doing that the bell will come off. It'll just come off when you're bringing in the fish. So I always unclip the bell. Before I do anything. And then certainly when I cast out 100,000,000%, I always take it off, because if not, that's going in the drink. And then you've got the little light on top of the bell, and basically that's it, isn't it? You've all seen that before, yeah. But I always carry that, and I carry a few of these. And it's just, if you're looking at batteries for that, that's just small hearing aid batteries that are in there. I'll just show you inside now. And basically you just take that off, and that's the size of battery that's in there. It's tiny. Yeah, you can get them off the internet. You can get it with the 99 pen shop, Save More and what have you, and you'll get a whole pack of them for like $1.99. So yeah, but it does the job, and anything that helps you see that bite that you're going to wait a strike on. So yeah, anyway, back in a bit. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, guys, as I said, you've got this little, we've all probably, most of you will have that, these little lights that fit into the bell, yeah? There you go, and it shakes away in that, but if you lose this, you know, you'll never find it on the beach or on the pier. It's a bloody nightmare. So what I found, I came across these glow sticks, yeah? So the party ones. So you get a box of like 1,000 for a £5, yeah? So believe it or not, that, when that goes on the rod, that actually fits in there. and it just helps me. I'll let you see it in a minute. I'll put the light off here. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So that's just a bite indicator for me. And again, it's a party stick. I'll turn this light off. Give me a minute. So, and it's cheap and cheerful. And if you lose it, so what? So there you go. Yeah. So that just, there you go. And then that clips onto the rod. And yeah, it's a good indicator, and it saves you losing that little bell. And they come in all different colours, and basically you just break them, don't you? They're pretty robust, and yeah. But there you go. But great if you're pier fishing or well, night fishing in general. Yeah, you get them off the internet again. Yeah, and there you go. It's on the end of the bell. The bell clips onto the fishing rod. There you go. And you'll see that no bother better than that small bite indicator, and it's really handy. And then again, if you're colourblind, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? But if yeah, there you go. And there's another one. And there's so many different colours, and I say they're cheap as chips. So without further ado, I'll be back in a minute. Guys, I'm going to show you this float. It's a 3-inch float. And I love this thing. It's amazing. So let's just say, what do you call it? So you've got your swivel and your clip, and it's attached to the end of the line. You want to put a float on. Well, normally you'd have to cut that, wouldn't you? Or put a separate rig on. You know, it's all going to take time. But this one is good. So basically, it goes on like that. Can you see that line? Bloody hell, I can't see it. Hold on, I'm trying to do this and hold the camera and play around here. So there we go, we're on. We're on. And then, what I do is, I do that, and then I go through there. So there we go. So now I can move that float up and down as I want, by just rather than fanny around, I can just move up and down with that, and it's like a spring-loaded clamp if you get the gist. Yeah, there you go, and off we go again, and it's pretty good, you know. And they're pennies again off the internet, but what an innovation that is. Yeah, I'm not advertising the old reel, that's broken, I'm afraid. But yeah, so always carry, I think they're about they're about less than £1 each, but I always carry like 5 or 6, sometimes more in my bag, just in case I just fancy going onto a float. And they're just made of, what's that? It's like a polystyrene plastic, foam, yeah, foam. But even though they're, and my sight isn't that great, but even though they're a wee bit out, you can still see that. Anyway, just another one. I mean, not everybody will be into that. I mean, I've got the bog standard floats, the big ones for sea fishing, but I really like these, I really do. Anyway, back in a bit. Yeah, guys, so all different types of weights. I'm a novice fisherman, you know, so I ain't high tech and I couldn't go into a lot of different things, but I am educated to a degree. I'm to a degree standard. I'm not sure what you want to say about that, but when you're watching some of the fishing channels on YouTube and what have you, the people seem to think, just like nursing or even being a doctor or what have you, you were born into it. You're not. It's not that we're thick by any means. It's just that we need taught, we need tuition. Without that, I'm thinking, I'm serious, you know these beads that you get, I'm thinking, I'm going to swear here, yeah, so if you're young and you're watching this channel, then please cover your ears now. I'm thinking, beads, what the fuck is this? A jewellery class? No. So when you before you tie your hook on, so you've got your weight that slides up and down the line, yeah? The bead goes before and after it. So this, when this rides up and down the line, so the hook is here, then this bumps into the bead as opposed to the hook, because if it continually bumps into the hook, hook's going to break off, How do I know that, guys? Because that happened to me just recently, and it took me ages to figure out, why are these fishermen using beads? What's this all about? Because nobody ever explained it, but that's why, or that's one of the reasons, and the colours also attract the fish, I think, so they say, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, so the latest box, I was absolutely fed up. I'm one of these clean freaks, tidy freaks, so I was absolutely sick to the back teeth of going into the proper box, and all these things were lying everywhere, and they were getting caught up and snagged on things. So I thought, I'll buy that box. I'll have that. All the bigger weights can go in it. I'm a happy man. And for me, job done. Everything's together. It's in an orderly manner. And yeah, that's it. So any weights are there. When I go night fishing or what have you, all the bigger weights are in that box with the funny bit so that the lid doesn't blow away. And yeah, job done. If I ever get fed up of fishing, that will be the perfect lunchbox for going to work. Anyway, back in a bit. Right, with regard to rigs, guys, so that was yesterday. Yeah, it was not yesterday, the day before, in fact. Look at it, it's still bloody wet. So what I normally do when I come in is I normally rinse that rig, yeah, leave it out on a bit of kitchen roll, and the bag itself I wash out, which I haven't done because I had my work and I had to get going with that, and that dries it off, and I get a different rig. So there's the road deal again, that's the flapper rig in it. Yeah, what else? What other rigs do I have? One up, one down. Again, the same scenario there. And then what I do is, so this one up, one down, but there's only one hook because the hook broke off it. So I'll use the hooks that I've got, other hooks that I've got, and I'll tie one on. So I can't make a rig. I'm being honest here. I couldn't make a rig to save my life. But I try to fix them as best as I can. And so more flappers. Yeah, there's a 3-hook clip. Again, another 3-hook clip. Well, it's just endless. I mean, I'm always buying, you know. I think I should have shares in Prime Angling, really, because all these rigs, the beach rigs and what have you, actually come from there. But there's no point of being out a pulley rig. There's no point of when you go out and you ain't got the rig. What are you going to do? Like, you can't go to the shop. There's a 1 up, 1 down again. 2-hook, 1 up, 1 down again. What else we got? More beach rigs. And there's an up-tide cod 4 panel. So yeah, so I religiously carry all of these with me when I go out. Not that I'm going to need them, but it could be that there's a fisherman that's fishing next to me. He's lost his rig. I mean, what do they cost? A couple of quid each. Well, I'm not going to see the guy going home. You know, because he's lost the rig, I've got lots in my tin. And I always carry lead weight, so shot. And these. So what I do with this is, I've got a bit of foam here, and I cut it into little sections like that, little squares. And so normally, it was raining that day, but normally what I would do is, when I take the rig off and put it back in that plastic there, I put one of these on it, just to save me when I pop my finger back into that bag getting hooked. Anyway, that's how I do it. Back in a bit. Other bits and bobs that I keep in the box, guys, is small scissors, just for cutting the squid or trimming the line. I also carry nail clippers for the same purpose, and I carry these widgery-do things for the pier. So basically they just protect my rod. They're very, well, they're just pieces of wire, aren't they? And I wrap that round the handrail on the pier, And then, I know it's a bit rough, it's not done right obviously, and then this bit for the rod, so your rod doesn't get trashed on the pier, if you can see that. Yeah, gives you an idea anyway. Right, back in a bit. Oh, and last but not least, you must take baby wipes. You have to, for when you, when your hands are all mucky. So yeah, okay, back in a bit. What else did I do, guys? So when I was squid fishing there, I got this really good lure from Prime Angling. Oh yeah, you can see I always carry these stickies. So if I meet a fellow fisherman when I'm out and about, and that's Tribe, that's the funeral directors down here, I get them free from him. Steve Echo YouTube, please subscribe. I'm crazy, but I've got lots of subscribers through that. I always carry that in my pocket and give them out if I see anybody. So this one came from Prime Angling. It was $10.99, I believe. I thought I'd chance my luck because I needed a luminous ones, and I got these ones here again off the internet. Now they were, I think, £10 for the lot, as opposed to that one from Prime Angling for $10.99. So for the one from Prime Angling, yeah, I could get 5 off the internet. But I honestly believe they're rubbish. Absolute trash. I never caught anything on them. The Prime Angling one was the one of choice. So these will be getting ditched. If anybody wants them, drop me a line. If you're local, you can have them. I don't like them. So I'm going to stick with the Prime Angling ones. Far, 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 far better by choice. So that's my squid lot. I'll now cover my bass rigs, because bass is the fish of choice down here on the south coast, and they just love lures. Back in a bit. Now, what else do I carry in my box, guys? So I keep this for the again for the piers, for the handrails. It's homemade. I got this from a good friend of mine, Bill. And thanks very much, Bill, for that. So basically it protects the rodders again. This goes around the handrail, velcro's on, and I've got the other bit of velcro in my box. But that's brilliant. If you can get somebody to make one of them, wow, it's good. Saves the rod sliding around if you do get a bite, you know, and you can't just get there. All them that are in the background there, they're all sick sea rigs basically, and they need attention. I'll do that today because obviously I can't go out yet, but I will go out later on this afternoon, hopefully. Always carry a selection of hooks, barbed hooks of course, all different sizes. What else? Down here they're quite stringent when it comes to catches, so I carry one of these. So basically it's just for measuring the size of fish, especially when it comes to sea bass and what have you. Being a YouTuber, I don't want my channel struck off. I don't want reported or any of the rest of it. So yeah, it's a handy bit of kit, you know. And they do in fact come down and around the piers and what have you here, and they will measure your catch. So I carry that, but you know, as time goes on, you know what is and what isn't right. But if it was a dispute, you know, you can just whip this out and keep yourself right always. And it doesn't take up much room in the bag, it just folds up again. It's a Velcro job, and if the Velcro over the years perishes, then you can get that easy enough. Okay, so here we go. So lure wise, what have I got? So I've got lots and lots of lures, only because I live right on the coast here, and sea bass is the fish of choice, and lures are amazing down here. And the better clear weather, you know, when the water quality is good in the summer here. So all different kinds, all different sizes, shapes. Most of these, or a lot of these, were bought from the likes Prime Angling down the road there. A lot of them have got interchangeable, you know, all these soft jellies, all these soft rigs have got interchangeable bodies, so you get that. And then there's another body should it perish over time, so real handy. Real handy to have. Different colours, different shapes, different sizes again. And so I'll be getting a sib come the spring, summertime. And so these will be tremendous for when I get out, maybe a couple of miles, 3, 4, 5, maybe even more miles off the shore. Although I will still fish from the shore, and in particular Worthing Beach, because Worthing Pier, because I just love it. All glittery, all fancy, and you can't go wrong, and you've always got all the tools in the box to do the job, don't you? So different shapes, different colours, different sizes, and that's a nice little one, kind of like a little sand deal type thing. Yep. And then again, the box itself came from Prime Angling. It's a sort of call it what I call a double dunter. So you know, when you close it, snaps closed. You turn it over, and you've got the same again. And then these ones are kind of like, most of these are floating unless you weight them up, obviously. This is a particularly good one for sea bass. This is a floating one. I can't remember what it's called. God, look at that. That's sad, isn't it? Look at that. It's even still got weed in it from the summer. So that's the idea, was to open this up, clean it out, and change the treble hooks and what have you on them. But that's a floating one, and that does really well. The sea bass down here, another diving type one again. I'm sure it is Prime Angling. But then when I go on holiday and what have you, especially when I go to the Philippines and China, I can pick these up for pennies. Different ones, all shapes, all different sizes, and it's kind of trial and error down here, you know. It really is. It's trial and error as to which ones to use, when to use them, which ones are making an impact. I always try to get one with a spare body, because these can get chewed to bits, you know, and what have you. And it's not hard to make your own one up based on the body. As long as you've got the body, you can even I could do that, you know. So anyway, yeah, that's my lures. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, because I know that you're all going to think, well, this is boring now, I'm going to click off. But it gives you an idea what one novice fisherman keeps in his bag, well, in his little box. And so listen, I'm going to go, see you in a bit, and then once this is finished, I will for sure sort all these sick rigs that I've got here. Yeah, because they're not yet done, you know. I don't believe in wasting stuff. Oh, and of course, for me as a YouTuber, I always keep this when I'm out and about. How many times have I been caught short on the films because I haven't got enough battery? So I've got one of these battery chargers now, with the battery charger, a spare card. There you go, Baguio City, Philippines. A spare memory card, of course the extension lead, and somewhere I have got a memory box, so basically I can download anything, wipe the SD card and upload again. However, I'm going to go just now, guys. I'm back in a bit. Last bit now coming up. See you in a bit. Yeah guys, so all the stuff that you've seen there fits into this rod arch. It's a tough box, yeah, and it acts as a seat. Yeah, so it's got a padded bit, you know, not as padded as I would like, but it's a small box. Yeah, I've got one about 2 or 3 times this size for a boat for when I get it. However, the only problem with that tough box is the strap that goes over your shoulder. You have to replace it because it's not long enough. I mean, I'm tall, I'm like 6'1", and my body's long and it isn't long enough, and it keeps on sliding off. So I need to get a webbing strap and replace that. However, that's past an hour of the day. Well, it's only 10:15 in the morning. So the wind has dropped. I've got lots of trees out here, about 60-foot trees, and that's my indication as to the weather. So the wind has dropped, and I'm going to try and get out this afternoon and do some fishing. Anyway, if you like what you've seen or what have you, if I can help you in any way, where I get my bits and bobs, well, it's all prime angling, to be honest. Then drop me a note. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment. As I've said on the other videos, you know, if you give me any more than 2 thumbs down, you know, just toddle on and go to somebody else's channel and do the same there and leave mine alone, you know. Because there are a few people on here that have done that, and I know them and I've confronted them, and basically they've fucked off and let them stay in the past. However, I'm sorry for that swear word, guys, but some people are just, I don't know what to say, you know. However, try and keep this channel afloat. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and hopefully we'll see you down the beach or on the pier when this weather breaks. Till the next one. Oh, massive, I keep on forgetting, you know, but a massive shout out to my subscribers, new and old, friends, family abroad, Chi, and also Kirsty, my daughter. So until the next one, hopefully later on this afternoon, take it easy, stay safe if you are out there, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.